I'm not mistaken.
Somewhere around there.
And the next map is trains. We're gonna have a word from our sponsors, and we will be back in a short while. Thank you.
We are back after that exhilarating game.
Yeah.
16,
16-9?
yeah,
16-9,
Explicit called it, 69. Actually, kudos to him for that call.
Yeah. I think I had 10 or 11. It was close.
Yeah.
But shit.
Well, look, I mean, according to the previous discussion we had, pretty much it was on par from most of us.
Yeah.
Energy did well, but I think Bravado, I think, they stepped it up basically.
Yeah.
But I mean, from your side, Ryan, looking at the game, where do you see the shortfalls from Energy there in particular?
Well, let's talk first map. Energy took that map, which put them in a kind of good frame of mind. I think they came into the second map with a lot of confidence. I think they knew they just had to secure the first couple of rounds on the pistol, and then they were A for away. But I think
they did very well on terrorists. I think they won.
They dominated.
10-5.
Yeah, dominated as terrorists, and I think they really set the tone for that match to say, like, we're here to win, boys. In terms of the second map, I think what changed for them for Energy was the fact that Goals just all of a sudden came alive. And
he did.
And he 30 bombed. He's had a okay tournament, and I've chatted to him in between, the days and the times, and he's been like, oh geez, I haven't been, this hasn't been my best LAN performance and so on, but now,
he's stepping up at the right time.
Yeah,
which is
just when it mattered.
And the most important time, when
it
matters the most, they needed to take that map on overpass, and they did. And Goals, what, 30 bombed that?
31-15.
Yeah, unbelievable. So I think he was really the saving grace in that. Obviously, it's a team effort and so on, but I mean, he was almost double the score of his next closest teammate. So I think for Bravado on the second map, that was definitely because of Goals that he was the saving grace there.
Yeah.
In terms of the first map, look, Bravado lost.
I think they were struggling with entries. That's where they couldn't find an opening. Where on overpass now, Goals was getting those entries, opening bomb sites. It was easy for them to kind of get into bomb sites. Where I think Kabul, what is the second map? Was Kabul, right?
Yeah, it's overpass second map. I think first map is Inferno.
So they couldn't get the opening.
So basically, looking at Nefon's performance from Energy's point of view, he did pretty well. Looking at the scorecard the last few minutes ago, but I just don't. It just seemed to me that Bravado was the stronger opponent
the
there.
upper hand, I think.
Like discussed in the previous discussion, it just seemed that they brought their A game now. Now, Energy was a good opponent in that map. We're going to see a third one.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, it's going to be tough.
Third map is Train as well.
Yeah.
Is it Train?
It's a very
great.
aim-based map.
Ooh, that's going to be tough. Look, that's been on and off for both sides.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
It's been actually a mix between them, DC, and Bravado, DC, Energy, basically. Those three. And I've broadcasted a good couple of games on Train, and I have to be honest, it goes either way. So look, from that sort of perspective, I'm not too sure who's going to take it. I'm going to say Bravado, because it does seem like they've brought their A game. They do seem a little bit more uniform now in their strat play and their defense. But we never know. Energy might just step it up now taking one to the chin and going, okay, now it's our time.
You know, when it comes to, I hate making predictions because I love both teams. You know,
of course.
And for me, it's actually all about, I don't really care who wins as long as they produce a good game, which I know they will, and they certainly have already. But if I had to make a call, based on what I've seen from both teams in the past, you know, the entire year, I think Energy have a slight advantage on Train. I think they've practiced it quite a bit. I think it is one of their more comfortable maps. They're happy to play Train. I think it might have even been one of their choices. I think from their map elims, they were happy to reduce it down to Train. And I think they're very comfortable on there. I think that might just show Bravado are going to have to really come out with the plays in the outside bomb site. They're really going to have to make sure that they have perfect smoke placements. And from what I've heard from some of the Bravado players, especially now with Elusive in the team, he's just so knowledgeable in terms of smoke placements and so on. He can well. He doesn't just know one smoke in that area from what position. He knows how to smoke that area from 3 different positions. So in terms of smoke placement, I think that's going to play a big factor.
Of course.
I think with Train, it's definitely going to the smokes are going to dictate the outcome of the match, and those that have their smokes on point and how they use those smokes to their advantage will come out on top, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see. Whoever has in my opinion, whoever has the better smoke placements and how to use those smokes will come out on top.
Yeah. Well, Sharon, I mean, your take on this third map. I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. I just think whichever team, basically, because Train is such a, far-range map, so your aim needs to be on, unless, whatever, you smoke out positions. But I think, Train is so hard to get trades as well, because it's such an open map. You're very far away from your teammates. So I think the team that obviously has the better trades, the better aim, I think.
And also
teamwork as well, the chemistry, squashing a bomb site, I think.
And what about first entries and
the
first
entries,
picks?
if the entries are doing their job.
Train is one of those kind of maps whereby terrorists will always reach that middle opening entrance before the CTs can get there. So the Ts will have that opportunity to make that choice. Okay, are we going to commit past that line where we are next to the trains and we're actually we're outside? Okay, guys, now we're outside. Are the smokes placed? They're just going to have to trust that their teammates have placed the smokes in the right place, and they themselves know the gaps and know where to push through. Especially and the opening picks when it comes down from alley side, that's going to play an important role. Whoever takes those side, whoever defends, whoever tries to approach that, it's going to come down to who can control that as well as who can control the middle. You'll definitely get the guys going on inside for that inside train push. When I say train push, I mean they're all in a line training it down. I think we'll definitely see a few of those kind of pushes.
It's a very narrow map as well. All the entry points are all narrow. It's just one-way alleys and stuff.
The thing is with train that I've kind of picked up is that you mentioned it's a bit of a long distance kind of map. You confront your opponent from afar, but there are also certain situations where it's close quarters. So it's a very one way or another. Specifically once you're in the bomb sites, it gets tough. That's where it's close quarter play. And looking at the players, I mean, these guys are going to have to know their placements of the grenades inside the bomb sites and outside, and then also their spots to check. I think it's one of the key things a lot of teams don't do. They don't check the relevant spots where they would expect a CT player to sit. But in this case, I'm sure these guys are experienced enough to know, okay, look, this is just second nature. But where I think the difference is going to come in is specifically the executions to get into that bomb site and hold the bomb site for as long as possible. You don't want to just put the bomb down and then all of a sudden lose it, or back off. You want to kind of have half the team back off and have half the team in the site but smoked off long enough. That's why it's critical to use your smokes on entry and on exit. It's tough.
There's 2 points that I want to kind of make mention of what you just said now. So basically, once that bomb is down, the thing with train is that there's so many obstacles like trains and the power box and
Exactly,
so on that they can all fall back to, and it's like as a CT, if you're the one that needs to defuse, and
So many
if it's a
places you need
1v1
to go.
situation or a 1v2 or a 2v1 even, one guy versus 2 other players, terrorist holding against 2 other CTs, the bomb is down. It's still difficult even for those 2 CTs to make a play. So one's going to defuse, the other one's going to watch the back and see, okay, well, where's he going to pop out and where's he going to watch the angle from. The second thing I want to mention is the use of AWPs in this map.
Yes.
It's going to be, I'm going to be very interested to see who's going to be given the AWP. It'll probably be between
Sonic and Detrini. They swap between both of them, and then Custom and Zio, I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
For
interested.
energy?
It's going to be interested to see which team's actually going to bring up the dual AWP.
Yeah.
That's an interesting
I
one.
think it might
If
be
anything-
PPD.
That is a 50% pass rate on rounds, to be honest. It either works for like a few rounds if you got your good
Good
AWPers,
opus, yeah.
or it just fails.
Then again, if whichever team is playing as T, it's going to be difficult to figure out, do the CTs have dual AWPs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the other
Because-
thing as well.
And the thing is, if they figure out that they have dual AWPs, all right, then
How do you
it
counter it?
takes a couple of well-placed smokes. Then those AWPs are almost null and void. It's like now you've got to kind of
Exactly.
like get closer, and you don't want to get